continuing to encourage competitive athletes. We also ask that you show your appreciation for the students who will be taking part indirectly in tonight's game. The cheerleaders, the bands, the pep squad, and the students who have supported their teams at home. These young people play an integral part in their team's success. The officials for this game have been mutually agreed by school officials for these schools. Their role is not unlike those of players, coaches, teachers, and school administrators. Without them, this game would not be possible. Their knowledge and application of the rules will be a result of annual testing, years of study, and continued participation in clinics to further refine and understanding of the game. We ask you as students, parents, and citizens to demonstrate high respect for these officials and extending any dedicated person in a position of responsibility. That means you as a fan should not criticize the players on either team. You should not boo the officials. You should not have alcoholic beverages or public school practice, especially since it is a violation of state law. You should be courteous to the visiting fans. You should cheer for your team, and you should show respect for injured players on their team. Ladies and gentlemen, please note that we have a no re-entry policy here at Country Store. If you do not have to go outside the gates for any reason after you enter, you will need to purchase another ticket to re-enter the facilities. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield. Pine Tree High School leadership would like to welcome Gilmer High School to Pirate Stadium. The traditional friendship exchange is a symbol of our friendly sportsmanship in tonight's game. We welcome students, coaches, teachers, administrators, parents, and staff to our stadium. Pine Tree is represented by leadership members. Gilmer High School is represented by student council members. This time we welcome the Gilmer High School Band as they play their school song.
97% of trucking companies have less than 20 trucks. At Texas Semi-Trailers, we understand the challenges small business truckers face. We offer trailer leasing options on flatbed, step deck, and lowboy trailers. In addition to leasing, we have a service and alignment center located in White Oak. To set up a service appointment, call 903-984-5470 or visit TexasSemiTrailers.com.
Capture the world from new heights with M6 Drones and Media. We are your one-stop shop for all things media, offering top-notch aerial photography and videography services that will elevate your content to the next level. Whether it's capturing breathtaking landscapes, covering events with our expert event photography, or even live broadcasting, we've got you covered. With our state-of-the-art equipment and skilled team, your vision will come to life like never before. Let us take your storytelling to new heights.
Welcome to the 2025 season. We are in Longview, Texas tonight at Pirate Stadium getting ready for kickoff at the Vera Bank Pine Tree Live broadcast. It is going to be the Pirates versus the Gilmer Buckeyes here in Game 1 of the 2025 season. Coach, welcome back.
Man, we're here. We're here, and I can't tell you, Mike, there's nowhere I'd rather be right now, man. This is everything you would want as a football fan. I mean, NFL gets started in a couple weeks, college gets started tomorrow, and high school football. I know some schools started yesterday, but man, we get to get started tonight with some Pirate football.
Well, we got a kickoff is only minutes away. So, Coach, you had a pretty cool interview this week.
Yeah, I got to sit down with Coach Bachman and didn't want to take too much of his time, and just wanted to talk about what he looked into going into his fourth year and what he expected out of the game tonight. So yeah, got to sit down with him, had a pretty good interview with him.
All right, well, let's cue that interview up now, and then as we get back closer to kickoff.
First opening game of the season, we're here with head coach Jason Bachman. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Coach. How are you?
Well, man, doing great. Football season's here. Talk to me about it. How is it going into your fourth year as head coach?
I'm conditioned to call you Coach, so that's why I called you Coach,
man.
Good? But it's good, you know. It's fast and furious. You know, it doesn't seem like it slows down. 4 years, man. Thankful, certainly learned a lot of lessons, but it's fast and it's furious. But, I'm thankful I still get to do it, man. And this place has been special and it will continue to be special. But I'm really looking forward to year 4.
Yeah. And, well, year 4 starts off kind of like year 3 did with us playing the Gilmer Buckeyes. Tell me, Coach, what are you expecting tonight in the game?
I don't really have to talk about Gilmer very much. I think everyone who pays attention to Texas high school football, especially here in East Texas, knows who they are. But Coach Metzel and them do an incredible job. They got a great tradition. They're going to be really good. Returned a lot of kids last year in the box. Going to be really big, really physical. Be a great test for us. But at the end of the day, it always has been and always will be about us, right? So what do I expect, man? I expect to go out and play well and certainly get exposed in some areas that we got to clean up. But we're going to go compete. That's something that's going to happen when you put on a pine tree uniform. You're going to get out there and get after it.
Well, some of these guys that we're going to see tonight will be putting on a pine tree uniform in a different light, whether they're coming on as a starter or first-time varsity player, considering the multitude of guys that you had that graduated last year. Tell me some of the names that we should be looking out for tonight.
Man, I hope there's a lot of names that can jump out. But certainly, had a great senior class that came through. Be grateful for what they did, man. It was a great season, great year. But man, it's time to move on, turn the page, right? So look, there's going to be a lot of kids that play a lot of football on a lot of sides of the ball. Guys, it's always fun to see kids go from roles where they kind of get out on varsity and kind of get their feet wet to being the guy, like guys like Dalen Montgomery, Roger Attaway, right, Ashton Valentine, Boston Johnson. We got a glimpse of Colton Croft last year. So I think to be a great football team, you got to have a great quarterback, right? And I believe he will be one. I'm excited to see him get out there in the fire in that role. But man, there's a lot of kids, that'll play a lot of football tonight. But really look forward to seeing those guys, and then seeing some guys like Montrell, who played last year down on JV. Rashad Walford played down on JV. We had Dez who was up and played a little bit. But man, I could go down the long list of it. Reality is we need those guys that were kind of in those roles of getting their feet wet to lead by example tonight. And then as each rep, you get better at what you do intentionally, right? So as each rep goes, man, the Pirates will continue to get better.
Well, Coach, we are very excited to watch that. Me, Pine Tree Live, Pirate Nation, very excited to see the season. We're not going to keep you too long on game day. No, you're a very busy man. We appreciate you making the time for us, man.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate y'all.
Good luck.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, I was like, what's that? Nah, I got tongue-tied. I was going to call you.
Welcome back to the Crop Photography pregame show here on the Vera Bank Pine Tree Live broadcast. Coach, that was a good interview you had with Coach Bachman. What was your feeling as you were working your way through that interview and as we inch closer to kickoff?
Man, more than anything, just really proud of the program he's been able to build here at Pine Tree. He's really put his stamp. This is truly his team and his program. Especially coming after a coach like Coach Lane. A lot of people were thinking, could he really make it his own, being the OC that turned into head coach. And by 100%, it's definitely his team. It's a blue-collar team that's tough-nosed, grinded, and it takes on the personality of Coach Bachman. And we saw that last year. I mean, you don't get to go and enjoy a 10-2 season without being a tough-nosed, disciplined team, and that's what Coach Bachman is about. And in that interview, you just got the notion that he's really proud about what they're building, what they still aspire to be. It's never a job done. It's always a job that's ongoing, and he's really excited about this new team picking up where they left off last year.
Yeah, speaking of Coach, this is his fourth season here at Pine Tree, 2 years straight going to the playoffs. Last year, 2 rounds deep into the playoffs. They are definitely going to lean on that experience this year. There was some turnover in players, so there's going to be some new faces. Coach, who are some of your key players to watch tonight?
Well, key players to the game tonight, it's going to start off with obviously the quarterback. I mean, we've been very spoiled in years past to have guys like an MJ Case, who has been a starter for multiple years, and now it gives way to Colton Croft, who is one of my impact players of the game. He's going to have to lead this team in a way that he led it last year in the first playoff game and did very well. We got to see a glimpse of him last year. Also, David Lively, again, one of those players that we've been very spoiled in having. We've had good defensive linemen come through here with, your guys like Dalen Evans, Brock Reddick, and guys of that sort who have attuned and attested to the defense that we've been able to have over these past couple of years. And then, of course, Dalen Montgomery, number 0, he's going to be another impact player for me. The fact of the matter that, we've been accustomed to seeing him be running back, linebacker. We're really not sure what he's going to do this year, how much he's going to do of either or. All I know is he's going to be a player that, other teams are going to have to focus on.
Well, it's always fun at the start of the season because you start watching games and it's not like the pros where who's going to be on the team, but there's turnover with these teams, and you get used to seeing the faces and hearing the names. But the next thing you know, it's a new season, and all of a sudden you're saying, wait, who's our quarterback? Who's our wide receiver? Who's our running back this season? So, Coach, we're going to have some new key names in key places onto the field, including quarterback this season. As the season starts, what kind of pressure do you think these players are going to feel?
Obviously, there is pressure. I mean, any time that you come out to and play on Friday Night Lights, I mean, there's always a pressure. I mean, we interviewed Coach Lane a couple of weeks back at their media day, and he, had a real good point. And, oftentimes the football team is the face of the community, and, I can attest to that and say that there's a lot of truth in that. How the football team kind of goes is kind of how the school and the school community goes. And these guys obviously are going to feel that pressure. You don't want to be the guys that, have a down year, considering the past 2 seasons they've been playoff teams, and they've been guys that have won trophies and had good records and haven't done this since 1977 and so on and so forth. These guys don't want to be the ones to let down the ones that are looking at them and saying, hey, what did you build on top of what we built? What did you add to it? They don't want to they don't want to disappoint, and I don't think they will.
Coaches, we're getting closer to the national anthem. We will take a quick break, and whenever we come back to the pregame show, we will get your keys to the game tonight. But we are going to break to the field for the national anthem here on the Croft Photography pregame show.
Thank you. Please remain standing and turn your attention to the flagpoles in the north end zone for the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem tonight is being played.
Ahoy, hello, and welcome. It's another season of football, and the captains are approaching midfield. We are still in the Croft Photography pregame show. Coach, we were going to go over what are some of your keys to the game tonight.
Keys to the game tonight, just looking at what we've seen in the scrimmage from Pine Tree, and then kind of the little that we do know about Gilmer coming into this game. Just the keys to the game are, Pine Tree has to get to the QB. We've heard all the talk about how this is the biggest offensive line, biggest defensive line that Gilmer has ever had under Coach Metzel. And so in order to be able to have success in this game, they're going to have to get to the quarterback and pressure him. We know that Gilmer in years past has been one of those teams that really likes to throw the ball. So if you give them all the time in the world, they're going to pick you apart. So you're going to have to get to the quarterback.
And at midfield for the Gilmer Buckeyes tonight are Jet Bates, Trey Lee, Trey Haynes, and then lineman number 54, Tyler Hagley.
For the Pirates, you have Chris Nichols out there, that's a senior captain, and Roger Attaway. Those will be the captains for the Pine Tree Pirates tonight as they get ready to come off the field in anticipation of the first kickoff of Friday Night Lights this season.
So that was the Marketing with April coin toss. And Coach, I think it's safe to say we have exited the Croft Photography pregame show, and we are entering the Verabank Pine Tree live broadcast. Kickoff is about here. It is 2025 and ready to get this thing started.
Yes. There's nothing more exciting than this time of the season for all sports. You've got baseball that is getting ready for the postseason, high school football, college football, NFL. The EPL started last week with one-person soccer, and you get a little culturally diverse there. It's just a great time of the year, and summer's starting to die away. You're starting to feel that fall weather. Not to mention that today, Longview had a downpour of rain, so it'll be interesting to see how the turf soaked that up and see if, how wet it is down there. Obviously the ball's going to be a little slick, having being snapped and whatnot.
Well, kickoff is here. Julian Ibarra, the kicker for your Pirates, is at the 40-yard line, getting direction from the referee. So, like I said, it's going to be some new names all across the board here for your Pirates.
Yeah, Julian last year was a guy that kicked all the PATs for the Pirates last year. Alex Morales did all the punting and the kickoffs, and now Julian will take over for kickoffs, and he'll still do the PATs, and newcomer Martin Madrona will be the new punter for the Pirates.
Back to receive for Gilmer is Amar Garrett and Trace Haynes. So Garrett and Haynes back to return the kick from Ibarra. And Friday Night Lights, we're set here at Pirate Stadium. It's kickoff of the 2025 season. Gilmer Buckeyes at your Pirates. Here we go, Ibarra with the kickoff. And it's going to sail into the end zone past Trace Haynes. The Buckeyes will take the field first.
And as a special teams coordinator, as a guy that's quietly and certainly rooting for the kicker, nothing more than a better start and a touchback to start off the season for the Pine Tree Pirate defense.
Well, starting at quarterback tonight for the Gilmer Buckeyes is Zay Taylor. He's a junior quarterback. He does have some wheels on him. He was a running back last year, district newcomer of the year at the running back position, and he goes back to his natural position, quarterback, and he's making moves early. He's going to pick up the first down and a gain of 16 yards. So Gilmer on the move early.
Yeah, pushed out of bounds by number 17, Wyatt Sanchez. Pretty good run for Gilmer to start off the game, and right here you're going to see what they're calling NASCAR. I mean, they're really up, right back up to the line, and they're ready to snap it. And here goes the snap.
And the snap goes off of his fingertips, but he's able to find a hole, and he's picked up another first down as Taylor takes it across midfield to the 41-yard line of the Pirates. So 2 plays and 2 big gains for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, you can talk about how big the offensive line is for Gilmer, but they are very quick to get up to the second level, and that is what is getting Zay Taylor and the running back all the avenues that they need to get a first down, and here's another.
And another big pickup by the Buckeyes. And it's a first down as they 3 plays, 3 first downs for the Buckeyes. Pirates looking for an answer.
Yeah, that was Tavian Home on the first carry, on that last carry for the Buckeyes, and here right next to the next snap. And here they go again.
So not even a minute played, and the Buckeyes running their 4th play of the game. It's going to be a screen pass, and they set it up and almost intercepted right there by the Buckeyes. Number 11, Lonnie Brown, defending. It'll be second down.
Good thing for him, because the defensive line really did not recognize the screen, and luckily Lonnie was able to break it up by getting caught up with the running back on that play.
Second down at the Pirate 25-yard line. Taylor will hand it off again. His home is tackled for a short gain on the play, 3 yards. It'll be third down.
And there you see number 0, Dalen Montgomery, making the tackle as Gilmer already back up to the line. Here goes the snap.
And it's another run up the middle, and it will take the Buckeyes into the Forrest Williams Edward Jones red zone to the 10-yard line. It should set up a first down and goal, and Buckeyes already back over the ball. And there is some movement. It looked like that movement was on the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I think number 71, Dan Saunders, got a little bit too excited. I mean, they were into a rhythm. You can't really blame the sophomore offensive lineman from Gilmer from jumping a little bit early right there, and that's a really good thing for Pine Tree, as now Gilmer has a negative play and they're behind the sticks for at least one snap.
So first down and goal from the 15-yard line. Taylor with home in the backfield. Home takes it up the middle. Pirates stay put. Set up a second down.
Surprise, surprise, again, Dale Montgomery. Now that's 2 negative plays. And this is the bend but not break defense that we've been so accustomed to seeing for Pine Tree over the years. And right now, with their back against the end zone, here they are being tested early on in this game.
Good jump by the Pirates, but a slip. Goes down Brown, and it opens it up on the left side for Taylor. He picks up a gain, and he's going to make it a manageable third down. Coach, the Buckeyes are definitely going to favor that left side tonight. Number 72, the Eiffel Tower, Ismail Kamara. It's his first game of varsity football. He's 6'5", 320 pounds. The young gentleman came from France, and this is his first year of varsity football. He's a junior at Gilmer, and it looks like some movement again on the line. I think, Coach, that's again Van Songer, 71, the sophomore.
Yeah, and you got to think this is probably his first varsity start in a real game. The lights get bright out there on the Friday night lights. And thankfully for the Pine Tree Pirate defense, they're going to get a little bit of room to keep Gilmer out of the end zone. And you got to think it's going to be 4-down territory, right?
Third down and 10. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Gilmer running the ball effectively on this opening drive. 9:43 to go first quarter. And Taylor takes it up the middle, and he will scoot in for the first touchdown of the year for the Buckeyes. They'll take a 6-0 lead.
Very big dose of zone. Basically man on man, and then whatever uncovered offensive line isn't covered, or basically has a man in front of him, he just builds up to the second level. And they were able to do that very consistently in that drive, Mike. And you got to wonder what will be the adjustments that Coach Blanco does on the sideline to make sure that they can nullify that. I mean, Dale Montgomery had a couple of plays that were able to go for 0 and one play for a -1 yard, but we're going to need a whole lot more of that, because right there, Gilmer really didn't even take to the air on that drive, and there's just a heavy dose of running.
And the kick by Gilmer is no good, so the extra point will not go in favor of the Buckeyes. So 6-0 is our score after the first drive. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, more Pirate football. Welcome back to the Verabank Pine Tree Live broadcast. After the PDQ America touchdown by the Gilmer Buckeyes, the score is 6-0. The Buckeyes able to go down and march 75 yards on their way to scoring in their first drive of the season. Pirates have yet to have the ball yet, but they are set to receive. The Colton Croft era will be underway. Back for the Pirates. Number 6 and number 2, Roger Attaway and Ashton Valentine. 2 names get used to hearing. The kick is going to go short, but it will be fielded with a return. It's Valentine. He makes a couple of moves. He'll have it out to the 30-yard line. That's where he's going to be stopped by the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Ashton Valentine was a name that we said a couple of times last year, more on the defensive side. And very excited to see him come into his own, especially now that he'll probably be going on both sides of the ball, as will a lot of these Pioneer Pirates. And then Attaway, we got accustomed to hearing him towards the end of the season last year as well, when he came in to spell Marion Hunter. So these are names that are not strange to Pirate Nation. They're just not used to hearing them as much as you'll probably hear them now.
So Roger Attaway is in the backfield, as well as junior quarterback Colton Croft, making the second start of his career. Last year started against Bridge City in the playoff victory. And we'll start off with a handoff to Valentine. But Gilmer gets after him quickly, and on the tackle for Gilmer is Jet Bates. So a loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12.
That strong side defensive line really got to surge into the backfield, cut off Ashton's alley where he tried to turn back, and the backside was very disciplined, stayed home, and made the tackle for a loss.
Pirates 2nd down and 12 at their own 28-yard line. Cross back to pass. He's going to set up the screen. And caught behind the line of scrimmage is Valentine, and he's going to go down with a significant loss on the play. A loss of, looks like 7 yards, Coach.
Yeah, the defensive line did get after it, and Croft was able to kind of lure them in, but the defensive backfield was very disciplined and didn't really bite on anything. He kind of stayed home and was able to sniff out the screen to make it for more of a devastating loss for the Pirates.
Third down for the Pirates. Croft looks left side, under pressure, looking for anything. He releases, and it sails over ahead of his receiver Valentine, who was under good coverage on that play. Got Aiden Thomas. So we'll go to 4th down, and the punt team will come on for the Pirates.
Not quite the start that the Colton Croft era wanted to start with, and we say start, I mean, we already made mention of the fact that he made a start last year in the playoffs and got a pretty big win. And this is a different type of format and different type of game for the junior quarterback. I mean, last year, the stakes couldn't be any higher coming into a playoff game, and now being able to come in against one of the premier names in East Texas football.
And it goes off a Buckeye, and the Pirates got it. It hit the back of a Pirate, or back of a Buckeye, and coming up with the ball is Aiden Smith. So a break for the Pirates. It went right off the back of number 0, Corey Trey Lee. So big recovery for the Pirates. They will retain possession. So great awareness by the senior Aiden Smith.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Mike. Very great awareness. You can tell that they have practiced that over and over in their kicking game practice. And for him to be aware, to know that, hey, it's a live ball, let me jump on it and not do anything else, big time for the Pine Tree Pirates.
All right, I formation. Call for the Pirates back in business at their own 47-yard line. Looking right side. And the Pirates get some movement up front. They'll have an out gain of 4 yards on the play as they cross midfield. 2nd down and 6.
I like this approach. Coach Bachman, 3 straight plays in gun, gets the ball back and says, you know what, let's just line up in I formation and just run it at you, and let's see if you really are what people say you are up front, and just go man-to-man, hombre, and try to see how physical they are on that defensive line.
2nd down and 6. Croft hits his receiver. And that's Wofford. And Wofford's going to take it to the end zone for a PDQ America PT TD Pine Tree touchdown. Pirates on the board.
That is the staple of a Coach Bachman team right there. Get challenged and give us another chance, and we will not disappoint for Pirate Nation, but we will make you pay for those that come against us. And man, what a play, what a strike by the junior quarterback.
Cates to Wofford. on the 52-yard touchdown pass. Ibarra on for the PDQ America extra point. Snap, hold, kicks up, and Pirates got the lead here at Pirate Stadium. 7-6 is your score. We're going to take a break. We come back, kickoff, back to the Buckeyes.
April has been very, very helpful in, number one, educating us in social media. She developed our website for us for so many of us. That's just such a big monster. We know it's very important, and it's getting to be more and more important every day. And a lot of us don't know how to do that, and April made it easy.
Well, she's done an incredible job of helping us with our Facebook. We need help with social media in general, you know, especially folks that are not used to doing it all the time like me. And so she's been incredibly flexible and helpful and provided us a lot of information, showed us the how-tos and how not to make it work for us.
Welcome back to the Marabank Pine Tree Live broadcast. This is Michael Clemens Jr. and Coach Angel Rocha bringing you Pirate football for this 2025 football season. The Pirates just connected on a 52-yard touchdown reception. Quarterback Colton Croft to his receiver, Rashad Wofford. With a touchdown, the Pirates take the lead 7-6. A big break. They went 3 and out on their opening drive, and on the punt, it went off of the back. A little bit of luck. The ball went off of the back of Corey Trey Lee and was recovered by Aiden Smith at the 47-yard line, and the Pirates took 3 plays to get into the end zone. So Ibarra on to kick it off. Earlier, he put it into the end zone. This one's going to be returned at the 5-yard line. Gilmer's going to get stopped at their 25-yard line, so good job by the special teams unit. Coach, how about that break and then the answer?
Yeah, and before we get to that one, we're just going to have to mention this break that Gilmer's going to get on the kickoff. It looks like one of the Pirates was just a little bit ahead of the kicker, so they're going to get another 5 yards added to them. But speaking of the break for the Pirates, you know, that punt going off of that defender, looks like Gilmer's going to like to have it re-kicked and just take 5 yards, because I don't think they think that Ibarra can get it to the end zone or any closer to the end zone than he has been, so they're going to like to re-kick. But what we're saying about the break and then the capitalization, that's the biggest deal. If you're able to get a little bit of luck and get lucky and get a possession, an extra possession, and they stole that possession, no doubt about it. They stole that possession. To get lucky and get one of those, you've got to be able to capitalize if you want to stay in the game, especially against a team like Gilmer.
Well, Coach, those little breaks do have to happen. And last year, the Pirates and Gilmer game, this one was a tight one the entire game. Gilmer took an early lead in that game, but the Pirates were able to stay right there and hang around, and then able to prevail late in the fourth quarter. So Gilmer smelling a little bit of revenge here after their state championship in 2023, opening up their season last year with a loss to the Pirates. Pirates went into that game. MJ Cates played a heck of a second half, as well as the defense. Special teams, Khalil Deckard had a big punt return in that game. Gilmer looking like the smart choice right there was to elect the kick again. So Ibarra's kick is returned. And it'll be, Coach, about a 15-yard penalty. That's what it's going to turn out to be.
Yeah, and, you know, that'll be one of those things that just the kickoff team and the special teams coordinators for Pine Tree just figure out. You know, Ibarra can get that ball up a mile in the air. Just not a whole lot of length to it, you know, but he can get it up in the air, and so they're just going to have to figure out the strengths and the weaknesses of the kickoff team as the season progresses.
So Buckeyes back with the ball and back to the ground. But coming up and making a hit there is Boston Johnson with the tackle. That's going to move the chains.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Rockwell during the media day interviews, and he's really proud of this secondary, but if the secondary is making tackles like that, it's not going to be a good thing for the Pine Tree Pirates. The defensive line and the linebackers are going to have to tighten up a little bit and slow them down before they get to the second, third level like that.
High snap again, and Coach, you got to think at some point maybe one of those is going to get away from Taylor. But once again, there's home running up the middle and just punishing the Pirates defense as he crosses the 50-yard line. And we'll get all the way to the Buckeye 41.
This is where you got to be disciplined. You know, they've been running the ball, and then they're going to get you off of your key, and all of a sudden they're going to try to pop one over your head. So the Pirates have to stay disciplined right here.
Blakely in motion. Taylor's going to roll out, and he's going to be looking for a receiver. He has him wide open in the end zone. That was Trace Haynes, and quarterback Zayd Taylor for the PDQ America touchdown.
It's a great play call, great play fake. You saw them go with a kind of a play action pass, roll out, and like I said, just in one small second, taking your eye off of your key, and they hit you over the top, and quite the easy catch for the Gilmer Buckeyes right there, and quite a response for them. I think that was 5 plays, and they're back into the end zone. So this might be, just one of those early heavyweight title fights where it's just going to be haymakers for haymakers.
And Gilmer with some kicking trouble again, misses the extra point. Miguel Castaneda, the senior kicker, no good. So 12-7 is your score here at Pirate Stadium. 5:45 to go, first quarter.
All across East Texas and around the world, former Kilgore College students are working hard for their best life. They're building a brighter future. They're moving in the right direction. They're in powerful positions. And they're superheroes protecting and serving. If you're ready to work for your best life, put Kilgore College to work for you.
Welcome back to Pirate Stadium. It is 12-7 after this 37-yard touchdown pass from Taylor to Haynes to put the Gilmer Buckeyes up 12-7. So far, each team has had, well, really one possession for the Pirates. 2 possessions for the Buckeyes, though, 2 touchdowns. Taylor with a 10-yard touchdown run on the first possession of the night for the Buckeyes. And they are moving fast tonight, Coach.
Yeah, this NASCAR offense that we've gotten accustomed to seeing, I don't even think they were this fast last year, Mike. I could be wrong in saying that, but I really don't think they were this fast last year. Really, the only team that really pushed the pace like this was Lindell. So this will be a really good practice for the Pirates. First game of the season, really getting a look at how fast an offense can run plays, getting us prepared for Lindell once we get into district. Because I could be wrong, but I hope I am, but I don't think Lindell will run it as fast as Gilmer is.
Thank you to East Texas Preferred Properties for your support of kickoffs again this season. Proud partner of last season, so we appreciate your support. East Texas Preferred Properties, as well as the East Texas Chamber of Commerce, Marketing with April. A few names back with us this year. It's first down and 10. Croft at the 36-yard line of the Pirates. Now for his second drive of the night. Threw a touchdown pass his last time out. That pass sails to the inside of his receiver, intended for Tyburn Homer. Incomplete.
I like what Coach Bachman is doing, kind of getting Croft off his mark a little bit, letting him move around and make some plays, not just letting him stand there and see if the offensive line can protect him. The offensive line actually did a really good job right there in securing that right side to be able to let him roll out and try to get that pass off.
Second down and 10. Valentine in the slot. He mentioned in the media day that was his target he was most excited about. Croft with the snap, looking left. He moves that pocket well. And he's going to go for his receiver. He throws into coverage. That pass intended for Homer as well, incomplete. just missing his mark, but that was some tight coverage by the Buckeyes.
A lot of tight coverage. You want to see what they kind of saw. You know, they called that play at the line, so maybe they thought they were in zone. That was a very tight man-to-man. That cornerback went with that receiver all the way across the field and broke up the play and almost tipped it over to his teammate for the interception, but luckily it fell incomplete.
Third down and 10. Croft under pressure. He gets it away, and this pass is going to be complete. Pirates fighting tough out there. Boston Johnson with the reception. He's going to pick up a first down for the Pirates. Move the chains.
The arm strength of Colton Croft is just amazing. I think we said that a lot last year in the playoff game, and even in the Palestine game where he kind of came in to play for a few snaps. But the arm strength of this kid is just amazing. You can tell that he's a baseball player, but man, he takes a lot of pride in being a quarterback as well. You can tell with the touch he has and the strength. I mean, he's going to be something to watch for these next couple of years.
Well, Coach, that play where he rolled out to the left, it was an incomplete pass, but when he rolled out to the left a minute ago and he just launched it, he looked so easy, and that was a 25-yard pass.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the deal, and he'll just continue to get better as he continues to build chemistry with these new receivers. And for the most part, I mean, you're talking about a lot of guys that, you know, will probably be back next year as well. And, you know, maybe not in the same scenario or position, but, you know, Tavian Home is a sophomore. You know, a lot of these guys, a lot of the receivers out on the edge are young underclassmen.
Boston Johnson's another. Boston Johnson has some wheels on him. We've seen him play some receiver.
Yeah, as Coach Bachman takes that timeout right there. But yeah, Boston Johnson is one of those receivers as well. He caught the first down conversion earlier.
Well, it is a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout on the field by the Pirates. We'll take a break. When we come back, Pirate football.
97% of trucking companies have less than 20 trucks. At Texas Semi-Trailers, we understand the challenges small business truckers face. We offer trailer leasing options on flatbed, step deck, and lowboy trailers. In addition to leasing, we have a service and alignment center located in Whitehall. To set up a service appointment, call 903-984-5470 or visit TexasSemiTrailers.com.
We're back at Pirate Stadium. It's second down and 8. We've got 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go. We're in the first quarter on the Vera Bank Pine Tree Live broadcast. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's a beautiful night in Longview, Texas. About 75 degrees outside. No rain, no clouds. It's a little bit cloudy. No wind. But it feels pretty good outside. Second down, Croft. He drops back. He's under pressure. He gets rid of it, and he's going to hit his receiver. Another good catch by Desmond Williams. He'll have him close to the Edward Jones red zone. So good pass and catch right there for the Pirates. A pickup of 29 yards.
I mean, just right there on cue. I mean, you're talking about guys that are going to be right there with Colton Croft all along the way. I mean, Boston Johnson Jr., Rashad Walford Jr., you know, these guys are in there making a name for themselves right here in this first game. Desmond Williams Jr. I mean, these guys aren't afraid of the lights, and they're not afraid of the moment. And a big-time catch by Williams right there.
Croft under the center, I formations. He's looking to his right side, handoff. Met quickly up the middle by Ryan Bloom, the sophomore for Gilmer. Pirates getting a little movement up front, gain of 4 yards, second down.
Offensive line is doing a good job. I mean, that defensive line is pretty big. The interior two defensive linemen for Gilmer are no slouches. Those aren't guys that are going to be easy to push around. And for the offensive line for Pine Tree to get a little movement to get that 5-yard gain is big time.
Lively in the backfield. Croft looking for something. He's under pressure. He's been under pressure most of the night, but dealing with it well. And he's going to try to hit his receiver. That pass intended for Boston Johnson, incomplete. It'll be third down.
The kid can throw with touch, can throw with power, and he can also move right there, getting out of that and being able to escape out to the side. I thought he was just going to tuck it and run, but saw that linebacker scraping over the top and just decided to give Boston Johnson a try. It didn't work out, but some really good moves and some really good glimpses of the junior quarterback.
Coach, last year there were a couple of times that it looked like MJ Cates had some openings that those Buckeye linebackers were just able to close up so quickly. And it's amazing how fast these running lanes can close up when you play a fast team like the Buckeyes. It's third down. Croft back in the shotgun formation, and he's under pressure again. He's going to throw a floater to the end zone and looking for a flag, but not going to get it. That pass intended for Dalen Montgomery. So third down, it'll be fourth down from the 16-yard line. From here, it's probably a 31, 32-yard kick. We'll see what Bachman elects to do. And it looks like Ibarra is going to come on for a field goal. So Julian Ibarra on to attempt a field goal for the Pirates. It will be a 34-yard kick. Excuse me, 33-yard kick. And it's up, and it is good. So Julian Ibarra's kick sails through the uprights and makes the score here 12-10 at Pirate Stadium.
At PDQ America, we are focused on providing world-class freight solutions in the oil and gas industry. Whatever trailer you may need, we have the carrier network to ensure your shipment arrives on time, every time.
House party? We got you covered. Office meeting? Come on, treat them right. Game day? You know we're here for it. Get your taco, nacho, or fajita bar today. Only at Juicy's Taco.
Julian Ibarra with the 33-yard field goal is good, and it makes the score here 10-12 at Pirate Stadium. Buckeyes with the early lead. Their offense, the NASCAR offense, has been quick moving tonight, but the Pirates able to answer. Colton Croft looking good in his second start at quarterback. So Ibarra on for the kickoff. Thank you, East Texas Preferred Properties. It'll be returned. Oh, and big hit. Right there, and letting them know it is Dalen Montgomery, the senior. Coach Dalen Montgomery, he said he likes to get physical. He likes to hit.
Yeah, he did say that, and we talked about it at media day. He said he wanted to talk about both positions, but that he enjoyed the contact. And he's a guy that when he runs the ball, he's not going to shy away from the contact. He's going to try to run you over. And when he's on defense, obviously he's going to go straight for the kill shot. He did right there. What an impact player he's going to be for this season.
And there we go. There's the snap over the head of the quarterback. And Dalen Montgomery trying to get back. He's not going to get there before Taylor can recover it. But that one is going to be a big loss on the play for the Pirates, or for the Buckeyes, a 22-yard loss back to their own 3-yard line. So that will bring up second down and 32.
Yeah, and you've been talking about that for a couple of plays now, Mike, so just it was on cue.
And Buckeyes trying to get some yardage back. They'll get some of it.
I like the approach to this, but you definitely want to try to keep them pinned back, especially that offensive line. That center has to be thinking about his snaps a whole lot more now, and if one more goes over his head, it could be a big swing for the Pine Tree Pirates here as we get to the end of the first quarter.
Big opportunity to get the defense off of the field quickly for the Pirates. Buckeyes having a lot of success on the offensive side of the ball. Taylor rolls out to his left side, and that pass is going to go incomplete. So the Pirates defense does hang tough right there and comes up with a stop after the snap over the head of quarterback Taylor. So it'll be 4th down, and Buckeyes going to have to punt.
Now you got to think what kind of process will this be with the long snap as well, Mike? I mean, you had a center that snapped it over for a 22-yard loss, and Gilmer's not very accustomed to punting, so it'd be interesting to kind of see what they bring out, how this punting unit looks like as they get their first taste of Friday Night Lights. They've had their issues in the PAT, so let's see what they do on the punts.
On to punt for the Buckeyes is Selson James. And back to receive for the Pirates is Valentine, a dangerous weapon for this Pirates special teams unit. And they do get the snap off. Pirates get back there quickly. It's going to be a low. No return's going to happen here, and it'll be out to the 46-yard line. So Pirates and Croft are going to start this possession in Buckeye territory.
Great job by the defense, and you got to think that new defensive coordinator, Austin Blanco, is loving that. Being able to get the ball back for the offense, not only to get it back, but also to get it back in a position where they can score and look to take the lead. Them being able to stay close, stay within striking distance of Gilmer. And this is a lot of what happened last year, Mike. You alluded to it earlier. The fact of the matter that it was just a close game, and all of a sudden at the end, Pine Tree ended up taking the win, and just by staying in striking distance the whole time.
Croft under the center, I formation. Play action pass, looking deep. He's directing his receiver, and he's going to underthrow him just a bit. That pass intended for Wofford. He was the recipient of a 52-yard touchdown reception earlier in this first quarter. Coach, I can't believe I was really excited for football season, but I didn't know we were going to be hanging around in the first quarter for almost an hour.
Oh, and I'm loving it. Both teams, and Gilmer hasn't really passed all that much. And so the fact of the matter that, we're still in the first quarter, it says a lot. Pine Tree has kind of evolved a little bit over the past couple of years. And when you have a quarterback that can sling it like that, why not?
Coach, as long as we're out of here before 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, we are good. Texas, Ohio State, the other big game this weekend. It's a sweep to the right. Buckeyes there to meet it at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, just as a defense coordinator, you just try to gamble and see if you can maneuver the chess pieces in a way that you can dictate or guess the next play for the offensive coordinator. Right there, just a really good call from the defense coordinator for the Gilmer Buckeyes, as he was able to send some pressure off the edge right where we were trying to run that toss to, and disrupted it just enough to where didn't get a full head of steam and was only able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
At the 46-yard line of the Buckeyes, they need to get to the 36. Croft under immediate pressure. He's going to throw it to the middle of the field, but pass is just a little low, incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Solomon Jackson, the senior defensive back for the Buckeyes, and the punt team will come on for the Pirates.
Yeah, it looked like there was just a little bit of a disconnect between Croft and the receiver. Croft looked like he was thinking that he was going to run as shallow or drag through the middle of the field, and it looked like he was still running the seam, and the defensive player ended up breaking off of the route himself and almost got the interception. But luckily, punt team out here for Pine Tree, and that's Martin Medrano back there, taking over the punting responsibilities from Alex Morales from the previous year.
Martin Medrano handles the punt off of a one hop, as does the punt return. It's fielded off of a hop. Short return on that one by Solomon Jackson. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter here at Pirate Stadium, where the score is 12-10. A lot of offense here for both teams. Buckeyes on top, though, as we go into the second quarter. We're going to take a break. When we come back, second quarter live from Pirate Stadium.
Juicy's Taco. Fresh food fast. It all starts somewhere. For us, that's fresh produce, sourced locally, unlike those other guys. Our tortillas are made daily, right down the road, right before we stuff them full of just cooked ground beef, beans, and chicken. And unlike those other guys, we fry our own taco shells. To help you top it off, our salsa and guacamole are made in-house, fresh, just for you. Not something you've come to expect from those other guys. So take it from a family that knows quality. Let us do the cooking, so you can spend your time with these other guys.
We're back at Pirate Stadium. It's the second quarter, and Buckeyes getting started on the ground early, picking up a gain of 11. It'll be first down and 10. Right there on the run was Tavian Home.
Pirates are still getting adjusted to the run game, still trying to figure out what blitzes they can call to try to nullify the runs.
First down and 10, back to Home again. This time picking up a gain of 7. Second down and 3 here at the start of the second quarter. And good defense there is Lively getting into the backfield and wrapping up. Good job by that young man, having a good night so far tonight. And, Coach, we got to see the speed on display.
Yeah, Dalen Montgomery's doing such a great job right there. He just shot the gap and just very good discipline, keeping him on his inside shoulder, you know, really made the tackle, made an impact right there.
Another run by the Buckeyes. This one's going to pick up a first down. Yeah, Coach, we asked Lively in the media day who he liked to model his game after, and he mentioned Kashawn Bowie. You know, I would have thought, you know, maybe we would have heard a professional player or somebody, but, you know, it was Kashawn Bowie, and we got to see him play whenever we asked him. Oh, there we go, another high snap, but flag on the play, some movement.
Yeah, I think 72 for the offensive line jump, but he's going to point at the defender and say he made me jump, so it'll be interesting to see which way the referees go. Usually they usually go in the favor of the offense, so it'll be interesting to see which way the flag goes. And they're going to call it against Pine Tree. And that just speaks, you know, talking about, you know, the players that we talked to in media day and who they modeled their game after. I mean, that's just how big of an impact these players before, especially this last senior class, the impact that they had on these underclassmen. So very important for these Pirates to kind of step up and step into the shoes that were left by those players.
And there was some movement right there by the Buckeyes. So this one should be coming back.
Well, the referee giveth, and then the referee taketh away.
So false start by Gilmer. Some would say ball don't lie.
Yeah, well, probably should have believed number 5 for us, you know, Jatavian Saunier, when he said that 72 was the one that moved first. So poetic justice for the Pine Tree Pirates as they continue this chess match against this Gilmer Buckeye defense. And you got to think Gilmer just trying to make sure that they don't get too many negative plays where the Pine Tree Pirates can tee off on them.
Home in motion, Taylor looking for an opening. Not going to get it. Pirates swarm and bring him down.
You know, you mentioned last year, number 2, the quarterback, Zay Taylor for the Buckeyes. I mean, he was an all-district player, but he was an all-district player at running back. And you can see right there a lot of shifty moves in the backfield when he, you know, brings the ball down and turns into a runner. But obviously we saw and in the second touchdown that Gilmer scored, he also has the arm. So you can't just say, well, he's just a runner. No, he's definitely a quarterback, and a very dangerous one at that.
Taylor, second down and 10. Home moves into the backfield. They set the screen pass up, and that's a bubble to the wide receiver, and he is going to bounce off of a defender into a nice gain. Good pass and catch on that reception was Gage Trossback. First down and 10, Buckeyes.
Quite the sell from the wide receivers right there, being able to get their keys, backing up first and then being able to seal them off with the blocks and able to create that alley.
Taylor going back to the air. He pulls it down. And Pirates are doing a good job of staying home now. And they're defending Taylor a little bit better right there. Wyatt Sanchez, the sophomore. And we're going to take a break here at Pirate Stadium. When we come back, it will be second down and 10 for the Buckeyes.
Juicy's Taco. Fresh food fast.
All across East Texas and around the world, former Kilgore College students are working hard for their best life. They're building a brighter future. They're moving in the right direction. They're in powerful positions. And they're superheroes protecting and serving. If you're ready to work for your best life, put Kilgore College to work for you.
We're back. It's second down for the Buckeyes, and in at quarterback is Carter Johnson, the senior. Pickup of 2. And we'll see if Taylor, no sign of Taylor. So in at quarterback for the Gilmer Buckeyes is Carter Johnson, is a senior. Not sure how much game action he has had. They have been loaded with quarterbacks in Gilmer the last few years. Last year, McCown moved from Jacksonville and was quarterback at Gilmer. Which was crazy because they actually had their state championship quarterback, wasn't even playing quarterback last year. That's probably, I wish somebody from Gilmer was in here to answer that one, but that may even be something that they can't figure out.
Yeah, and I think it was Tennyson was the guy that had won the state championship for them the year before, and then he took a lesser role. I say a lesser role. I guess in the Gilmer offense, defense, there really isn't a lesser role. I mean, they do their job. They do it very well, and obviously you can see across the field as they brought their, state championship banner over there. It's something that they carry a lot of pride in, and these players are very accustomed to just stepping up and doing what those coaches ask them to do.
Tennyson was a very good athlete at Gilmer, really excelled on the defensive side of the ball. I believe he may have went to UTSA. It is going to be a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout for the Gilmer Buckeyes, their first charge timeout of the evening, and we're going to take a timeout here. 6:57 to go, second quarter.
At Veribank, We celebrate businesses who are made in Texas. Whether you're ready to buy, grow, or improve cash flow, we have commercial banking experts that can get you the financing you need. If you want a community partner who's customer-focused, stop by your nearest VeriBank.
Welcome back to Pirate Stadium. It's 4th down and 5 for the Buckeyes, as their offense will come back onto the field. And back at quarterback for the Buckeyes is Zade Taylor. So 4th down, 5. Big play for the Pirates right here. Snap. Taylor going to the air. He's under pressure, and his pass is going to be low, intended for Solomon Jackson. Pirates defense is going to hold strong.
Real surprising sometimes. The mind of an offensive coordinator had been having a lot of success running the ball, and right there on the 4th down and pretty medium play went to the air, and luckily for the Pine Tree Pirates, they are able to get the ball back here midway through the second quarter, down by 2, especially, and down by 2 because of the missed PATs that Gilmer hasn't been able to figure out. So great opportunity for the Pine Tree Pirates.
Well, and right there, the Buckeyes held that ball for over 5 minutes. That was a little bit different tune than what they had in that pass. Goes right through the hands of Valentine, 27 of the Buckeyes. Christopher Pinckney with good coverage, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see which direction this is about to go. It was thrown after the play was over. So not sure if it was some trash talk or a late hit. And it is going to be a penalty on the Buckeyes.
Yeah, really and truly, the Buckeyes have been their worst enemy, their own worst enemy tonight. The negative play that, kind of sparked the defense to kind of come alive for the Pirates. And then right there, they held them to an incompletion, and it turned into a 15-yard gain for the Pirates.
So Pirates 1st down and 10 at the 49-yard line. A handoff to Roger Attaway. Attaway's first carry of the night goes for 7 yards. 2nd down.
And went for 7 yards because number 77, Jeremiah Allison, number 78, Anthony Akemi really came off the ball in that last play and really opened up the alleyway for Attaway to be able to make that kind of headway into the second level of the Buckeye defense.
Coach, I'm really impressed just looking at the size of the Gilmer defense and the size of the offensive line for the Pirates. Really, they're doing a good job of managing this big old front of the Buckeyes. It's going to be a small gain of 2 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, but this isn't a bad place for Pine Tree to be. And really and truly, if you were in the mind of Coach Jason Bachman, it's exactly where he wants to be. 3rd and, less than a yard. I mean, this is where he kind of lives in. This means that the first 2 plays were really good plays for him to be able to just have his pick of the litter of what he really wants to call right here. And more than likely, he'll make sure he picks up the 1st down, but he really could lull you to sleep and go right over the top, especially with a quarterback like Croft.
As the play clock runs to 3-2 snap. Coach, I'm noticing both of these coaches here letting that play clock run a little bit after a draining first quarter. Nice pickup there for the Pirates. 1st down and 10.
Yeah, that was number 0, Dalen Montgomery. So Dalen just doing it on both sides of the ball tonight. And, he said that in the media day interviews that he was going to be looking forward to that kind of role. He kind of dipped and dabbled in that in years past, especially this past year. But this year, really, he really is going to be a focal point for the offense and the defense.
Pirates marching towards the end zone. This drive started at the 34-yard line of the Pirates. Now they are in Buckeye territory at the 33. Croft drops way back, and he's going to throw it. It is going to go right through the hands of the Buckeye defensive back. A gift from Amari Garrett, the junior. So Croft with a lucky break there.
Yeah.
Second down.
Lucky probably is not enough of a word to kind of describe that. I mean, not very many misfires from the junior quarterback. And even in his first start last year, I don't think I saw anything like that. And luckily for the Pine Tree Pirates, that went incomplete. I guess the defender didn't think it would be that easy, and he ended up dropping the ball.
Pirates trying to go with the quick pass. Pick up 3 yards. On the reception was Desmond Williams. Third down.
Yeah, and that was number 0, Corey Lee, who made the tackle, from the linebacker position. So good job by the Buckeye linebacker being able to scrape sideline to sideline to make sure that Williams didn't pick up any more than he needed to for that first down, because Williams doesn't, juke or anything like that. He's basically going to stick his foot in the ground and go get what he can get. And that goes a lot to the coaching that he's been getting from Coach Zach Spears this year.
Third down. Handoff. Going to be stopped short is Attaway. So Pirates going to be in a little bit of a predicament. They'll have, Coach, 5 yards?
Yeah, 4th and 5, and I think they're really flirting with the distance that Julian Barr could probably have, but I do see the number 26 running out there, so I guess they are going to let him have a try.
Coach, that interception, it was just making me relive the Texas Tech game from 2009. It reminded me of Blake Gideon when it just
You just want to talk about bad memories on the air,
I don't even want. I shouldn't even brought it up, but it did make me think of it. Ibarra on, though, for the 45-yard field goal. And it's going to be blocked. And it's bouncing, and Gilmer is going to recover it. That's a live ball. And it looked like a block in the back on Ibarra. This is a live ball. And taking it to the house is Corey Trey Lee. Corey Trey Lee, the punt earlier went off of his back. And right there, you can even tell he thought about not picking it up. And that is a bad break for the Pirates. Just caught off guard. Not expecting. So Trey Lee with the field goal block return. It's going to be an 82-yard field goal block return. For a PDQ America touchdown. And Gilmer looks like they're trying something new. Well, they're going to shift back to a typical extra point. And on is Miguel Castaneda. And that kick is a little bit better than the first two we saw. That kick is good. And it's going to make it 19-10 here at Pirate Stadium. We're going to take a break. We come back, 2:32 to go, second quarter.
Ninety-7% of trucking companies have less than 20 trucks. At Texas Semi-Trailers, we understand the challenges small business truckers face. We offer trailer leasing options on flatbed, step deck, and lowboy trailers. In addition to leasing, we have a service and alignment center located in White Oak. To set up a service appointment, call 903-984-5470 or visit TexasSemiTrailers.com.
Well, it's football season, and when football season is here, the unthinkable does happen, and that is just what occurred here at Pirate Stadium. Ibarra on to kick a 45-yard kick for the Pirates. It gets blocked, And as everybody was standing around, Trey Lee of the Buckeyes picked it up and returned it 82 yards for a Gilmer Buckeye touchdown. It's going to put Gilmer up 19-10 late here in the second quarter. Pirates doing a good job of hanging on and keeping up with this Buckeye offense, but right there, a mental mistake of not playing till when the whistle, or not playing till the whistle is blown, gets them in trouble. But Pirates right here on a kickoff return to the 33-yard line. And Croft will bring them on, and they'll try to make a move here before halftime.
Yeah, 2:26 left in the game. It's still a 9-point game, 2 possessions, and still nothing out of reach. There's still a lot of football to be played. Yes, really bad play by the Pine Tree Pirates. I mean, just nothing. It probably couldn't have gone worse than that. I mean, to have the field goal blocked and then picked up and then scored. I mean, just the if you had a bingo card for the worst things to happen on that play, well, then you just got bingo, because that was pretty bad. But it's still a 9-point game, 2-possession game. Croft gets it right here, leads them down, gets points on the board. Doesn't even have to be a touchdown, but gets points on the board. They get the ball back at half, and you're still talking about the same game that we've been talking about all game thus far.
So Croft is going to pass, and he's got an open Valentine, but a whistle is blown, and it's going to be offsides on the Pirates, so no play.
Man, I'll definitely be interested to see that one. I'm not even sure who they're calling the false start on.
A lot of big games tonight in the East Texas area. Longview, Lufkin, and Kilgore and Carthage, Pine Tree, Gilmer. What a way to start the 2025 season. Good football going on everywhere. First down 15, Croft under pressure. Pass goes incomplete. Second down. Coach, you got to think something else here is you don't really want to give Gilmer the ball back with too much time if you don't have to.
Yeah, obviously Gilmer doesn't need a whole lot of time to actually make you pay for it. We saw that in the opening drive as they ran 4 plays within a minute of receiving the ball. So definitely don't want to give it back to them. Second down right here, you got to think that Bachman probably going to go with some sort of run. Let's see if Gilmer are using any of their timeouts, but see if any of that time will go off the clock in the second play.
2:19 to go, second quarter. Croft. He will hand it off. And a good run for Attaway. We'll get them close back to the original line of scrimmage. Not quite. It's going to be third down and 12, but it keeps the clock moving. Let's see. There's going to be a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout. We'll see who called it.
Juicy's Taco. Fresh food fast.
That was a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout by the Gilmer Buckeyes. They'll have one timeout remaining and a timely timeout. Stops the clock with 1:57 to go. Pirates in a third and long situation. Desperately in need of a big play here from Croft. You're probably looking at giving the Buckeyes back the ball. Probably not too deep in their own territory. Croft. He's got a receiver open. Oh. And it goes right through Valentine's hands. You got to think that's going to be a hookup at some point this season, but not on that play. Good pass by Croft to see his receiver in the middle of the field. That pass may have been slightly behind him, but Valentine able to get his hands on it. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and the clock stops.
Yeah, I think he was expecting Valentine to kind of sit down in that gap that he found in that zone defense, and Valentine was kind of still running a little bit more and wanted to get a little bit more yardage, and Croft looked like he just missed him by just a couple of feet behind, and there's a bad snap.
Bad snap by the Pirates, and the punter is able to get it away, so it's not going to give them the ball right at their goal line, but it is going to give them the ball basically at the line of scrimmage of the Pirates. So not good. It goes to the 32-yard line. So a couple of special teams blunders here by the Pirates have the Buckeyes in action with 1:44 to go, second quarter.
Yeah, not a good look for the Pine Tree Pirates right now, especially with the last 2:06 that have kind of transpired, and a little bit before that if you wanted to factor in the blocked field goal. And right now, the next minute and 44 are super important for the Pine Tree Pirates if they are to, in fact, stay within striking distance in this first half.
So Gilmer goes to the air, and Pirates just not able to bring down Solomon Jackson. So a hard runner, and he's going to have it out to the 16-yard line. Buckeyes in the Forrest Williams, Edward Jones red zone.
And there's something that Pine Tree needed with a big snap over the head. Still loose.
So snap over the head of the Buckeyes. And that will be the break that the Pirates may have needed. Well, they definitely needed it. They may have gotten it. Now just hold the Buckeyes. One more play. I think you're happy going into halftime 19-10 after the way the last two special teams plays for the Pirates have transpired.
Yeah, still got to make sure that everything stays in front of you, especially with 40 seconds left in this game.
2nd and 32. It's going to be a pass out left side. And getting a good chunk of that yardage back is Aiden Thomas. Of it out to the 27-yard line, so able to pick back up 15 yards.
I'm really impressed with Lonnie Brown, Coach. He's really flying around tonight. Number 11, Lonnie Brown, he's a junior. He's doing a great job going sideline to sideline and making big tackles.
Gilmer will take their final Texas Semi-Trailers timeout of this first half. And we'll just stay right here with you. Stay tuned at halftime for the Kilgore College halftime show. We'll have the Gilmer Band and the Pine Tree Pride showing up and showing out at halftime on the Kilgore College halftime show. So stay tuned. We'll have that for you, as well as some marketing by April stats after that. So stay tuned for the Kilgore College halftime show and the marketing with April stats. So Coach, we are back in full swing. It's football season. How was your off season?
Off season was good. Very, very interesting. The year that we came off. All of Pine Tree. 10 out of the 13 sports at Pine Tree going into the postseason. 2 of them at the state level, multiple at the regional level. It's going to be a great year for Pine Tree, and this football team is getting it started right now.
3rd down and 20. Pirates able to apply some pressure and almost picked off. That one sailed right through the hands of the Pirate defender, Rashad Wofford. So now Buckeyes, 4th down and 20 with 24 seconds to go. They're at the 27-yard line. It'd be about a 43-yard kick. But earlier, the extra point barely got off the ground. Now, their last extra point was pretty good, but their first 2 attempts were not good at all.
No, I don't think they'll try anything other than maybe a Hail Mary right here and hope that they can take off enough time for the Pirates not to really be able to get 2 or 3 plays into field goal position.
So this could be a big opportunity right here for the Pirates if they can catch them in a situation, but it is going to be a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout on the field.
Mike, and that last play before that brought up this 4th down, really haven't seen Coach Blanco blitz a whole lot, at least nothing that I can really pick up, just up here from the press box. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I had a clicker in my hand and was able to watch a little bit of film, I probably could find a couple of blitzes here and there. But on that last one, he really did bring some heat off the edge, got the quarterback, Zay Taylor, off his spot, and I think that's what hurried the throw and got it into a position where we almost got the interception. So it'll be interesting to kind of see if that's one of the halftime adjustments that, Coach Blanca goes to, bringing in this new type of defense for the Pirates, him in his first year being the defense coordinator, taking over for Coach Hampton this past year.
Thank you to some of our sponsors: Energy Weld Fab, Veteran Pride AC and Heat, Juicy's Taco, United Rental. Thank you for your support of Pine Tree Pirate Football. If you would like to advertise with Pine Tree Live Football, feel free to get in touch with us. We would love to run your commercials or mention you on the broadcast. We appreciate all of our sponsors this season. 4th down for the Buckeyes, and that is a mistake by the Pirates trying to catch them off right there is Lonnie Brown, but he is going to get movement from the offensive lineman, and that should be a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, they're going to say he was in the neutral zone when the offensive lineman decided to move, even though he wasn't even anywhere near number 72. So, that's pretty much a gift from the referees on that one. But nonetheless, can't give anything to the Gilmer Buckeyes, especially this close to your end zone.
Good opportunity for the Pirates maybe to get something right here. It's going to be a high pass to the running back, so can't get into trouble with that one if you're the Buckeyes, and he'll go out of bounds with just under 16 seconds to go, and I got to imagine the offense will come on the field and probably just kneel or hand off.
Yeah, the way that Attaway and Dalen Montgomery run the ball, you can really hope that maybe in one facet or another they might be able to break one out, but that'll pretty much be it considering the standing point that the Pine Tree Pirates are in right now. I mean, 19-10, and you're talking about two pretty good drives from the Gilmer Buckeyes and then a blocked field goal. If you would have told me that's all that the Gilmer Buckeyes were able to do and you were still in a 9-point game with them, I'd say I'd take it.
So Croft in the shotgun. He will hand it off. And Pirates got a little bit of movement. No fireworks for Attaway on that play, and that is almost going to take us to halftime. The clock's going to stop, but no signal for a timeout. That will take us to the end of the first half here at Pirate Stadium. Gilmer Buckeyes up 19-10 on your Pirates. Stay tuned for the Kilgore College halftime show. We'll have both bands performing and then some stats brought to you by Marketing with April. This is Michael Clemens Jr. and Coach Rocha. Hope you're enjoying in the first half of this 2025 football season. It is the Kilgore College halftime show. Stay tuned.
All across East Texas and around the world, former Kilgore College students are working hard for their best life. They're building a brighter future. They're moving in the right direction. They're in powerful positions. And they're superheroes protecting and serving. If you're ready to work for your best life, put Kilgore College to work for you.
Officers from left to right are Noah Taylor, Sr., Jamin Hill, Jr., Jocelyn Sanchez, Sr., Audrey Edward, Sr., and Gina Ruiz, Sr. Star of the week is Natalie Love. The stars perform a sparkling prom routine to Timber. Stand up and cheer for the Buckeyes as the stars kick to the fight song. Celebrating 99 years of tradition, The Gilmer Buckeye Band is proud to present the 2025 Majorettes in our twirl routine to Monster. The Gilmer Band Majorettes. And Gilmer School District is proud to present one of the most decorated military marching bands in Texas, the pride of Upshur County, the 5-time URL state marching finalist, Gilmer Buckeye Band. Under the field command of senior drum majors Carter Garman and Genesis Sanchez, with featured twirler Amy Sanchez, the band steps off to Sweet Land of Liberty fanfare by Sachinsky and Cyrus the Great by King. bands are directed by Eric Gray, Brandon Garner, Chris Witt, Sarah Thompson, and Kayla Cochran. The band sponsor is Hannah Threadgill. Thank you for your attention to all of tonight's halftime performances, and go Buckeyes!
Plus, I don't want to talk over this.
The social officers are President Cameron Taylor, Secretary Mia Cervantes, Historian Aubrey Murphy, and Chaplain Esme Soliario. Dancer of the Week is Avery Young, and Spirit Member of the Week is Cassandra Rodriguez. And now, for your halftime entertainment, Precision will perform a pole routine to Physical.
Wellness Points. seniors Zoe Celadon and Sean Bradley. Pine Tree High School and Pine Tree Independent School District are proud to present the Pine Tree High School Marching Band. Our 2025 show is entitled Rise and embodies the humanity's enduring spirit to overcome obstacles, climb over barriers, and soar into the heavens. Pieces included in this year's show include Rex Orumke and October by Eric Whitaker, Flight to Paradise, Shostakovich in Symphony, and Rise by Andre Day. Hope you enjoy our opening performance of our 2025 show, Rise. Marches of the week are Giovanni Gutierrez and Brianna Sanchez. Guard member of the week is Lindsay Hinkle.
Hello and welcome back to the Verabank Pine Tree Live broadcast. We're here the opening night of Friday Night Light football games here in East Texas, and we're in a great one between the Pine Tree Pirates and the Gilmer Buckeyes. The Buckeyes currently are up 19-10, and here are some marketing with April stats from the first half. Gilmer with 12 first downs, 109 rushing yards, 84 passing yards to bring their total to 193 yards total. Zay Taylor was 5 for 9 passing on 84 yards and 50 rushing yards on 6 attempts. For Pine Tree, as they get ready to receive the second half kickoff, they had 5 first down, 46 rushing yards, 88 passing yards for 134 total yards. Colton Croft was 5 for 16 passing for 88 yards, with Walford with 1 reception for 49 yards. Attaway, 34 rushing yards on 7 attempts. And those were your marketing with April stats from the first half as we get ready for the second half kickoff with the Pine Tree Pirates getting on offense first. And we are away here as the ball goes sailing out of bounds, and it looks like the special team issues keep on mounting for the Gilmer Buckeyes as that kickoff goes out of bounds, and so that will be great field position for Colton Croft and the Pine Tree Pirate offense.
So the Pirates going to be starting in better field position. They did it in that first half, which they had a couple of good opportunities starting in opponent's territory. But this is a good one to start the second half. Coach, it wasn't the best ending to the first half, but 19-10 is your score. Buckeyes came out firing in that first half, and they were running a fast-paced offense. It did slow down into the second quarter. But, Coach, we almost had an hour-long first quarter in this game.
Yeah, and it was fireworks from both sides as soon as they got adjusted to the pace and to the lights here on Friday Night Lights as the Pine Tree Pirate offense picks up where it left off with number 6, Roger Attaway, picking up a few yards. And Mike, again, 19-10, people will say, they'll see the ending of that first half and won't know very much else, and you would think that, oh man, Gilmer's running away with this. But a 9-point game, 2-possession game right here, it's still anybody's ball game with a lot of football left to play.
Well, the Pirates have had some exciting plays, one of those being a 52-yard touchdown pass from Aiden Smith. Earlier in this game, Aiden Smith recovered a punt return, a punt that went off of Trey Williams' back, and the Pirates were able to retain possession, and then it was a 52-yard touchdown from I don't have who it was to. Coach, I think it
should have been. I think it was Walford.
Walford, yeah, it was Walford on that reception. Walford is a new name this year.
He is, and he's one of those names that Colton had kind of talked about, and even Coach Zach Spears, the new wide receiver coach this year, to the Pine Tree Pirate offensive staff, he mentioned Walford was going to be one of those guys that he was excited about seeing play, as Pine Tree right now on a 3rd and long play to see if they can pick it up.
3rd down 7. Croft's pass is complete, and doing a little of extra work after he gets the ball was the receiver right there, Walford. And it's going to move the chains. It'll have the Pirates at the 50-yard line.
And I love how creative this new Pine Tree Pirate offense is. I mean, they're doing it in a different way in a lot of ways. And if you had told me, Mike, that we would throw more than Gilmer in that opening half of football, I probably would have lost a lot of money betting against you on that. But Colton did outthrow Zaid in the first half as Colton keeps on throwing, and right there threads the needle and gets the completion.
That pass is complete. That is Valentine on the reception. Gilmer saying incomplete. Valentine says, I got it. First down, Pirates.
And really and truly, all you got to do is really just sell it to the officials, and they'll most likely believe you. Why not? All these guys tell the truth all the time.
Croft makes an adjustment. Two receivers, top of the screen. Handoff, and Croft able to get on top of it. Almost a big mistake for the Pirates, but it is going to be a loss on the play.
Yeah, I think they kind of got mixed up on exactly what they were going to do. It looked like it was supposed to be an RPO, or Croft thought it was supposed to be a handoff. The running back thought it was supposed to be an RPO, and they kind of just got mixed up. And luckily, the ball bounced right back to Croft, who was able to get it with his 6'5" frame.
That time, Croft pulls it out and trying to go back and catch the pass is Boston Johnson. And he tries to go back through the defender on the play. On that pass was Christopher Pinckney. And it's going to be pass interference on the Gilmer Buckeyes. That's, almost an identical play happened last year at Gilmer too. MJ Cates had underthrown a receiver, and receiver tried to come back for it, and it was a pass interference against Gilmer, and that ended up being a big drive. Pirates were able to score on that drive. We'll see what happens here after that penalty.
And this is turning out to be exactly the kind of drive that you want out of the Pine Tree Pirates. Here down 9 points here in the second half. And for them to be able to continue this drive and be able to pick up key third downs says a lot about this growing Pine Tree Pirate offense.
Croft handoff. And taking it up the middle is Dalen Montgomery, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a PDQ America PTTD Pine Tree touchdown. 32 yards to the house. Montgomery, touchdown.
Very exciting stuff from Dalen Montgomery, and man, I'm glad I picked him as one of the impact players for tonight's game, and he is showing out on both sides of the football, Mike, as he takes that in for a big touchdown for the Pine Tree Pirates as they elect to go for the PAT and make it a 2-point game as long as they get it, as they're still trotting on the PAT team. And it looks like a discrepancy with the play clock, and they got it adjusted. But man, what a strike and what an answer from the Pine Tree Pirate offense. Now it's going to be up to the defense to make sure that they can continue to give this Pirate team all the chances and the opportunities to be able to.
And Ibarra moved. It's going to be an offsides. It'll push them back 5 yards. But Ibarra earlier in this game made a 33-yard kick. So Ibarra adding some distance this year. It's going to make this extra point now a 25-yard extra point.
Mike, and we had talked about, MJ Cates starting since a sophomore. Seth McFarland starting since a sophomore. Julian Barr's been kicking for this varsity team since his sophomore year.
High snap, Johnson able to pull it down, and Ibarra gets it through the upright. Sorry to cut you off there, Coach. Pirates down 19 to 17 now. Buckeyes still in the lead. 7:53 to go, second quarter. Coach, what were you saying?
No, just just noting that Julian Ibarra has been kicking since his sophomore year as well. I still remember him trotting out there to kick in the Lovejoy game, in that playoff game against the Lovejoy Leopards. And I think that was in Bachman's second year taking over. And now here in this fourth year, he's still with kicking duties as well. And so he's kind of grown into his own. And that'll be some big shoes to fill next year as they look to get a different kicker. But he's doing a great job this season.
So that drive, 4 minutes and 7 seconds. Pirates going 62 yards, capping it off with a 33-yard touchdown run by Dalen Montgomery. Score 19 to 17. Gilmer Buckeyes in the lead, but Pirates being able to answer those Buckeye scores. And now a field goal could take the lead. The Pirates kicking off to the Buckeyes. We've seen returns on a few of the kicks tonight. That one's going to be caught at the 8. We will have a return here. And taken down is home at the 25-yard line. And that's where the Pirate defense and the Buckeye offense will come out. This will be the first possession of the second half for the Gilmer Buckeyes.
Yeah, that was number 9, Chris Nichols, who is a really good senior on this Pine Tree Pirate football team. He's coming down, and I think that's the second tackle he has on the kickoff. I mean, he's doing a great job coming down, staying in his lane, and making sure he tackles the ball carrier.
Taylor in at quarterback. He's going to hit his receiver quickly. That's Haynes. Excuse me, that's Trosbach, sophomore. Taylor mixing it up tonight, hitting many different receivers. I think he's hit 5 different receivers so far in this ball game.
It's a pretty amazing stat, Mike, considering he was 5 for 8 in the first half. So all 5 passes were to 2 different people.
Taylor running. He'll pick up the first down as he goes out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Off. The thing is, the Pirates just have to hang in there long enough. The Buckeyes will either look pristine on a drive or they will find a way to shoot themselves in the foot and make a mistake. Right there, a little bit of movement, but no call. There's a good hit by Boston Johnson on the sidelines. Second down.
Yeah, the secondary is really getting tested, and
Your game, I feel like it's been, both teams have had their share of mistakes in this one.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that says to the youth that is on the field for both teams. I think both teams graduated quite a bit of players from their respective teams last year. But yeah, I think I do remember sitting at, Gilmer, the stadium in Gilmer, and just really thinking like the football game was going really fast, and a lot of it was due to the fact of the matter that there weren't a whole lot of drop passes, there were not a whole lot of flags, a lot of stoppages in the game. The game was just going, clicking, a veteran offense, a veteran defense on both sides of the account, and now you really are kind of getting used to this new youth, these new players that are on the field for both teams.
Taylor going to the air. He hits his receiver. He's going to be about 2-3 yards short of the line he needs. Oh, it's going to be a good spot for the Pirates. They're going to mark him at the 50-yard line. So it's going to be a 4th down and 6 at midfield. And Buckeyes look like they're going to bring the punt team on. And, Coach, after that completion, that was – I kind of thought Buckeyes may have went for that.
Yeah, and I think if they would have got it more of a beneficial spot, I think they probably would have thought about it a little bit more. But right now they're playing with house money, Mike. The fact of the matter is that they're up by 2, and they don't want to give Pine Tree any momentum. So punt the ball away and let your defense do what it's been doing in this first half.
Valentine back to receive. He's not going to get an opportunity to. This one will bounce out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And Pirates will take over there. So good job by the PT defense. The Black Flag defense holds strong, no mercy. 19-17, Pirates now with an opportunity to take the lead in this ball game. Their first time tonight since their opening possession. Pirates briefly did have the lead in the first quarter, 7-6, after that 52-yard touchdown pass to Wofford. This drive will begin at the 20-yard line. 4:35 to go, third quarter.
not a bad play for the beginning of this drive for the Pine Tree Pirates. I mean, 2-3 yards, a cloud of dust. It's exactly, you know, the kind of offense that Coach Bachman has been accustomed to calling for the Pine Tree Pirates. But, you know, he's also opened up the playbook a little bit more considering the junior quarterback, Colton Croft. I mean, to say that he had 16 pass attempts in the first half is saying a whole lot.
Croft throws a dangerous pass. That one intended for Attaway. And a good play by the Gilmer defender. That spelled trouble for the Pirates.
Yeah, Gilmer was very, very disciplined in that play right there. They were all basically looking for the screen. All three of the defensive linemen that were on this side of the ball were able to scrape and try to make a play on that ball.
And it was Corbin Jones, the Gilmer defender, on that. Croft has some open field. He's going to tuck it. But he's gathered up quickly. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down and 2. Pirates are going to bring their punter onto the field, Martin Medrano. So 4th down and 2. Pirates are going to give it back to the Buckeyes. Tough 3 and out. Some scores from around East Texas. Kilgore and Carthage are tied up at 7 in Kilgore. Tyler on top of Marshall, 35-28. No return here on this punt. It's going to bounce to the 30-yard line. Henderson on top of Athens. Lindale beat Hallsville last night, 31-7 in Hallsville. Maybank getting beat by Bullard, 21-20. Chapel Hill up 35-0 on Jasper. And Longview Spring Hill up 38-13 on the Sabine Cardinals. So there's some scores from around the area. .244 to go in the third quarter. Gilmer with the ball back at the 30-yard line. Taylor. Right side picks up 2 yards, 2nd down.
Yeah. Good perimeter defense by the Pine Tree Pirates. Secondary was able to corral them back in and let Dalen Montgomery come scraping over the top to make the tackle.
That's a handoff to Home. Another short pickup. Because you feel like Gilmer has slowed down just a little bit since that first quarter.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is the fact of the matter that they're not as fresh as they were, obviously, in the first quarter. They have just like the Pine Tree Pirates do, and especially once you're talking about 4A football, a lot of kids go on both sides of the ball, and they definitely have just as many as the Pine Tree Pirates going on both sides.
So looking like a running back. Right there, good run by the Buckeyes. This quarterback, Zade Taylor. Left side for Home. Pirates defending the run well. It's that RPO that's been a booger for them tonight.
Yeah, especially letting the quarterback, Zay Taylor, kind of get on the edges. Once he gets to the edge, I mean, he's pretty dangerous, and he doesn't take any chances. I mean, he was a running back last year, but, man, he really looks for that sideline. I mean, he knows that this is going to be a long season and that his team's going to need him. Oh, and there's an interception.
Pick on the play, and we've got some action afterwards. Good play by Rashad Wofford, the junior making his presence known. There were some big names last year, but Wofford's one it sounds like we're going to be hearing a lot this season. Big interception right there for the junior defensive back. Pirates in business here late in the third quarter.
What a play and what a snag bomb. I mean, almost like receiver-esque. His arm kind of got hung up on his follow-through, trying to get it straight down to Homer. And, man, that would have been quite the play, the change of pace play, change of possession play that the Pirates would probably have needed right there with 51 seconds left to go here in this third quarter.
Second down, 10. Croft keeps it. Rolls out pass. And that catch incomplete. Intended for Wofford. Third down.
Great rollout, and man, Colton, for being such a tall quarterback, man, he can really move. It looks like he's not really moving that fast, but I mean, it's just because he's so tall. I mean, you're talking about 6'4", 6'5" junior quarterback, and he can make up some distance. And right there, getting away from that edge rush on the rollout, and just a little bit off on the throw. Wofford, had hands on it, but a little bit too tough of a catch with him coming back on that ball.
Third down, Croft. Under pressure, quick, and he almost throws an interception. That one bobbled and then dropped by Trey Lee. Trey almost getting another. That would have been a pick six had he been able to hang on to it. I don't think anybody was.
At that point, Croft under a lot of pressure in those last two plays. I mean, one on the rollout where the pressure was, probably going to get to him a little bit more, especially on a naked boot like that. But right there, right off the edge, and not a whole lot of time for Croft.
Pirates with a better snap that time, but punt not so good. Sells out of bounds. And it's going to be about a net 10-yard punt for the Pirates. Buckeyes will take over at their own 45. As mentioned, it was 7-7 in that Kilgore game. Carthage just went for it at their own 20-yard line on a 4th and 1, not able to get it. Bulldogs get the ball deep in Carthage territory. Arguably two of the biggest games on opening night. Kilgore Carthage and Pine Tree Gilmer. Gilmer at their own 45 after the punt. Pirates once again defending the run well.
Yeah, just this opening week of football. I mean, Longview Lufkin is a big game that's going on right now. Then this one has turned into a big game. I mean, I remember being back in school and it was an opening game even back then, but now it just holds a little bit more weight.
Gilmer's going to let the clock wind down here at Pirate Stadium, where it is 19-17. Gilmer will have the ball when we come back. Get ready. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter coming right up here at Pirate Stadium. Ahoy and welcome to the fourth quarter here in Longview, Texas. On a beautiful evening, it's week 1 of Texas high school football. And Gilmer on 2nd down and 9, swing pass out to the right side. That pass complete to Aiden Thomas. It'll be 3rd down, where Pirates have done pretty good in the second half.
Yeah, they're just going to have to look out for, that edge play that they've been so accustomed to seeing here on these 3rd down plays. The quarterback, Zay Taylor, has been very lethal on these 3rd down plays trying to get out on the edge.
Pirates right there to stop the Buckeyes. Aiden Thomas in his tracks, 4th down, and they have been punting these at midfield.
It's a great job by Anthony Anderson and Dalen Montgomery. They've been really keying in on their players and being able to break down and get after the ball carriers.
Coach, if there was ever a time that you could just wish for about an 8-minute drive that would end in a touchdown, this would be it. What a great time for the Pirates to establish the drive would be right now. And there's a quick snap by Gilmer. I don't really know what they were attempting there. There's a flag on the field. We'll see if the Pirates maybe had too many men, or if all.
No, that was all against Gilmer. They were in a little bit of indecision, trying to see if they wanted to go for it or punt it. They got the punt team out there way too late and try to punt it with not everybody set, and so that's what caused the flag. So illegal motion, but even if they wouldn't have gotten the illegal motion, they would have gotten the delay of game. So definitely a punting situation now, and the Pirates are going to get it back with 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
So good job by the Bucs defense. Good punt on the Buckeyes, and they're going to pin the Pirates on their own 10-yard line. So, Coach, this is what you play for. This is what you practiced. This is what you did everything for in the summer. All the trips to the weight room, all the training, all the running, all that comes into play right here. You're in the fourth quarter against the Gilmer Buckeyes in week 1.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Pine Tree. Not necessarily do they have to score here. Obviously, everybody wants to score on this drive. But just to get some breathing room and be able to flip the field if they're not able to get the score here would be huge, just so that they can keep this a 2-point game. But this is a big drive for the Pine Tree Pirates.
10:52 to go in this ball game. Croft handoff. It's a misdirection, and it's looking good. And right now, Attaway's off to the races. He crosses across the 50, and he's still going down the sideline, and he steps out just inside the 35-yard line. There is a flag on the field. We'll see what they're going to say. And it does look like they're walking back. I think there is going to be a penalty on the Pirates here, Coach.
Man, nullifies. What an amazing play. And talking about just being able to flip the field, they would have been able to do that on the first play and then some, and then been able to play with house money to be able to get into a very great situation. But, man, I think this one does go up against Pine Tree. A lot of discussion with the referees right now.
Looking at it, I'm looking at this replay trying to find where the penalty is, see what the call.
I think it was well beyond the play. So I think they'll give them the first down, but I think they're going to have to be able to mark it back from wherever the play or whenever the well, let's just listen to the referee and see if he'll tell us. Yeah.
Okay, so it's after the play, so the Pirates are still going to get the ball in Buckeye territory. So still a great run
Yeah, not really sure what happened. I couldn't find it either, Mike. So luckily it goes in the favor of Pine Tree, and so it doesn't nullify the big play. Gilmer staff is not very happy about it, but nonetheless, it is a first down for Pine Tree, and this is exactly what you want.
So 55-yard run by Attaway has Crofton the Pirates at the 30-yard line of Gilmer. And Pirates go straight at him. And they're saying this ball is still live, and Gilmer's going to return it. I don't know if this was a strip.
Man, usually you would see a play like that called for, like, forward progress is stopped, and they let the play go on, and that goes for 6.
So the ball was, it just got knocked out on contact. So the second hit knocked the ball out, and then it was recovered, popped right into the hands of Atavian Ector, and he's going to return it for a 70-yard touchdown fumble return.
Man. And now they're going to go, now Gilmer thinking they have to go for 2, and probably a smart call from them, as Pine Tree still trying to gather a little bit more intel and a little bit more time as they call the timeout.
So that'll be a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout on the field for the Pirates. So Pirates want to regroup. Buckeyes showing they're going to go for 2. So tough break for the Pirates. I mean, they were right there at the 30-yard line. And then a fumble. Couldn't tell who the running back was on that play. I think it may have been Montgomery. Attaway with the big run right before that.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. I think Attaway had been taken out to kind of give him a breather after the 50-yard run. I think that was Dalen. I don't even think he had, and going back and looking at it, I don't even think he had the handoff really good. It looked like he was kind of bobbling it around before he got into the teeth of the defense, and that's all she wrote as far as ball position went for Pine Tree.
So Pirates need to hold the Buckeyes here. Currently leading by 8. This would make it a 10-point lead. Taylor left side, and he's going to dive into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. It'll bring the score to the Buckeyes 27, Pirates 17, 10:24 to go in the ball game. We'll be back shortly.
It all starts somewhere. For us, that's fresh produce, sourced locally, unlike those other guys. Our tortillas are made daily, right down the road, right before we stuff them full of just cooked ground beef, beans, and chicken. And unlike those other guys, we fry our own taco shells. To help you top it off, our
Thank you for sticking with us here on the Verabank Pine Tree Live broadcast. Some technical difficulties here at the stadium with the internet connection. We are back live. It is 34-17 with 8:47 to go. Gilmer Buckeyes scoring on a fumble return for a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, they were able to recover the kickoff after it bounced a couple of times. And then they went down and scored home, punched it in for a touchdown to make it 34-17. So the Buckeyes, in a game that just 4 minutes ago was 19-17, that the Bucks had the ball at the Gilmer 30-yard line and were driving, is now a 34-17 game.
Yeah, how quickly things change and how they turn. And the plus side, thinking that they're going to go in for a score and then a 10-point swing, and now all of a sudden you're 17 points down to a really good Gilmer Buckeye team who has been doing everything, almost to kind of keep you in the game. Bad snaps here, missed PATs, and yet.
3rd down and 10. And flag on the field.
Yeah, Gilmer's being able to do a little bit more, take a little bit more gambles on the defensive side. You can tell that they're playing games, bringing a little pressure from all sides now. Right there, they faked a blitz through the middle, got the offensive line to jump, and so, kind of playing with house money, being able to tee off, knowing that the Pine Tree Pirates basically have to be in a throwing situation at this point.
3rd 15, 8:37 to go in the ball game. Croft steps up, and he's going to be taken down hard. That's Jet Bates, the senior, on the sack. So Croft will go down, and the punt team will come on. No bueno for the Pirates.
And this is a big learning opportunity for the Pirates. I mean, you're coming off of a 10-2 season, so a lot of these guys are not very familiar to feeling like this. They were able to be on the plus side of a lot of situations in the past. As the Pirates tackle the punt returner right there at the 40, but Mike, so this is a good learning opportunity. I don't want to try to make lemonade out of lemons, but at this point, this has to be something that you take into account and try to figure out if, this young Pine Tree Pirate team, and maybe not young as far as, senior, junior, or sophomore, but young as far as, a lot of these guys, it's their first start on varsity this year.
Coach, you bring up a very good point because, with 7:45 to go in the 4th quarter, it's so early in this season. This doesn't have any really bearing on your ability to make the playoffs or win a district title. So, even though, say, if you're watching at home, you're saying, man, this game looks like it's over, in the eyes of these players and these coaches, it's far from over. So, Coach, what are some things that, even when a game gets like this, you're still playing to win, but at some point, do you start working on things?
You definitely work on some things. You go, if you're on offense, you work on your 2-minute offense because, at, the drop of a hat, Gilmer just proved that in the last 4 minutes. You can go from, 2 points ahead to now 17. So obviously there's a lot of stuff that can happen in a very little time in this, game that we call football. But, you definitely start working on different things, different personnel. Your special teams still have to be on point. You still have to give your defense an opportunity to be able to play good defense and not just be backed up against the back of the shadow of their own end zone. So there's a ton to still work on. I think as Gilmer takes that Texas semi-trailer timeout right there, but yeah, there's a lot to still work on. There's a lot to gain. And sooner or later, Gilmer will start, seeing what kind of depth that they have, and if they're comfortable with the lead that they have, and Pine Tree will look to make sure that they have the right guys in. Again, very early on in the season, you're still trying to figure out, will these guys be the next guys? And I think that was one of my keys to the game, is finding the next guys. Yeah, you don't have an MJ Cage, you don't have a Seth McFarland, you don't have a Prophet Highshaw, but you have other guys that are going to have to stand in that gap and make this season work.
2nd down and 7. Taylor handoff. Tell you what, Gilmer has some tough runners, Coach.
And it's kind of strange. I know that they've turned into the spread offense to run the ball here in recent years, even with McCown at the quarterback last year. But, man, they really do a great job at running the ball and running it physically, and they've done it with a myriad of runners and pass catchers out of the backfield or on the handoffs, or sometimes they tailor straight from quarterback.
Handoff again to Home.
And you can kind of see some of the fatigue kind of setting in as well, because the offensive line has a little bit more of a pep in their step now that, the center is, making more controlled snaps. The snaps aren't going over the quarterback's head anymore. And that offensive line has kind of gotten in their groove, and they're kind of teeing off on this Pine Tree Pirate defensive line right now and kind of getting those 3-4 yard pushes to get their running backs as much running room as they can.
Second down and 5.
And right when I say that, defensive line for Pine Tree shows up, and there's Mr. David Lively.
So good play by the defense. Bring up third down. Pirate offense, I know, would like to get one more look at this.
Yeah, because the score really doesn't tell the story of this game. I mean, you're talking about 3 big fluke kind of plays. I mean, just weird plays, and that's what happens in this game of football. I mean, really and truly, just the weirdest plays happen in this game, and we've seen it time and time again at all levels of football.
Gilmer trying to break through. Pirates hold strong on third down. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And this is one of those moments you kind of work for. I mean, if you're Gilmer, 4th and 1, no, you don't have to go for it right here, but it's a good opportunity for you to see and test your offense and your offensive line to see, hey, if we ever needed this late in the game, would we have to kick the field goal, or could we go and get this 1 yard and really put the game out of hand? And so right here, they're going to go for it as Zay Taylor comes back in.
Taylor and Home in the backfield. Home's going to take the handoff left side. Pirates get into the backfield, and a big stop. Right there is Boston Johnson shutting down that run to Home. And Pirates will take back over at the Buckeye 33-yard line. So Boston Johnson with nice extra effort on that 4th down play. Good job by the Pirates.
And what I love to see the most is Coach Blanco, the new defensive coordinator for the Pirates, getting out there and just really celebrating that 4th down stop. I mean, that's one of the things that he said that he really kind of kept from the past defenses is the get 6 mentality. And one of those get 6 mentality deals is 4th down stops, and right there they get one. So that's one for them, and that's a win for them. That's one of those things you keep on working on. You don't look at the clock anymore. You just worry about the game and what goes on between the whistles.
That was a good run. Shoestring tackle. Looked like Montgomery. So it was Attaway. Attaway on the run. Coach, we're gonna see some big runs by Attaway this season. I can feel it.
Oh man, big time. I mean, he was one of those guys that came into the Palestine game and really showed out in that game as well. And if it had not been for a bad injury, I mean, we would have seen a whole lot more of him in the postseason as well.
Second down. Attaway up the middle, and this time he's off to the races. He's to the 30, the 20. And he does escape the tackle. He's in for a PDQ America PT TD Pine Tree touchdown. Trey Attaway.
Great job. And like I said, don't look at the clock anymore. Just go and play the game. You never know what's going to happen. 3:21 left here in the 4th quarter. Let's make a game of this. Don't let Gilmer go home thinking they got the best of you that easily. And quite the fight that we've been accustomed to seeing the Pine Tree Pirates in the last 4 especially in these last 4 years, but especially in the last decade that they've been really building this program up.
Ibarra on to kick after the Roger Attaway touchdown. So big run by the Pirates. They have 2 Texas semi-trailer timeouts remaining. You got to imagine they'll probably go for an onside kick. Juan Johnson bobbles the snap. He's looking for something, and he's going to go for the end zone, and he's going to get in for a 2-point conversion. So Johnson with the heads-up play. They've had some trouble with those this evening, but he's able to get the ball and run it in for a 2-point conversion. So it's going to make it a 9-point game here in Longview.
You know, considering that tomorrow might be Lee Corso's last college game day, not so fast, my friend. This is still very much a ball game with 3:20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 9 points, 2-possession ball game. You get a quick stop right here. Just got to be wary that Gilmer is going to just try to chew that clock up and try to exploit you with runs by Zay Taylor on the outside. The zone plays that we've been so accustomed to seeing in this late in this second half by Tavian Home. So this is going to turn into a big game. And again, this is one of those things you work on. What does your time management look like here for your offensive and your defensive staff, Mike?
So, Coach, it was a great run by Attaway.
I like how you called it. You know, just saying that we were going to see a lot of big runs by him, and you know he rips that one open to give us a brand new ball game with 3:20 left to go.
So fun stuff on a Friday night here in East Texas. Buckeyes up 34-25, 3:21 to go in this ball game. Pirates and Buckeyes both 2 timeouts remaining. This game was just a few minutes ago was 19-17. Buckeyes had a 2-point lead for a good portion of this second half. And then looked like they blew it open. Here's the onside kick, and the Pirates had a chance to get it. And they're not going to be able to. And now Gilmer running it down the sideline. But coming up with a tackle is Chris Nicholas. So 34-25, Buckeyes are going to get the ball. Oh,
I like the play call right there. I mean, go for the onside, and it almost goes to the benefit of Pine Tree if he doesn't overrun the ball. I just think he thought it was going to take a different type of bounce, and man,
was that Lively? I think that may have been Lively who it went.
Not sure. I know it was Chris Nichols on the tackle, but man, I couldn't see who missed it on the onside attempt. That was a great onside attempt by Julian Ibarra.
So first down and 10, Gilmer home.
You might not believe me, but I think that was Attaway that almost.
Was it Attaway almost had it?
Almost had it.
So Attaway's got some wheels.
Oh, man, definitely. I mean, if you're able to get away from Gilmer defenders like that and pull away from them, you got some speed. Gilmer's known for their speed. I mean, last year they were in the state track meet with their relay team, so they're known to have speed. So if you can outrun them, yeah, that's saying a lot about you. So it's a great thing for Pine Tree.
Second down and 2:34 to go in the fourth. Taylor hands it off, and Pirates fighting to keep home out of the end zone. It'll be first down and goal.
And people might say, why go for the onside right there? You had 3 minutes left. You had 2 timeouts. I mean, really and truly, why not go ahead and gamble? Why not work on the onside? You'll need that onside at another point. And what a great opportunity to go for it and try to get it. And you can still stop the clock and you press the issue. You maybe don't let Gilmer hold the ball for that long, and you get another chance at it with your offense.
So a Texas semi-trailer's timeout on the field. And we'll take a timeout here in the booth when we come back. 1:59 to go.
All across East Texas and around the world, former Kilgore College students are working hard for their best life. They're building a brighter future. They're moving in the right direction. They're in powerful positions. And they're superheroes protecting and serving. If you're ready to work for your best life, put Kilgore College to work for you.
Are you in the oil and gas industry and struggle securing the carriers you need to haul your freight? At PDQ America, we are focused on providing world-class freight solutions to the oil and gas industry. Whatever trailer you may need, we have the carrier network to ensure your shipment arrives on time, every time.
When I say I'm going to get something delivered, I'll come to you guys, and I have no doubt that I will either receive an email, a text, or a phone call to let me know how my load is proceeding, if it got there, and that everything went okay.
First down and goal for the Buckeyes. Pirates trying to get a stop, not going to do it. And Holmes going to take it in for a PDQ America touchdown. Buckeyes stretch it to 40-25 with 1:55 to go in the game. Some scores from around the area. Last night, Lindale took down Hallsville 31-7. Marshall beats Tyler tonight 43-42. It's John Tyler. In the fourth quarter, Athens on top of Henderson 41-35. Kilgore got beat tonight 21-10 by Carthage. So Carthage takes down Kilgore at R.E. St. John. Maybank down by 1 to Bullard right now in the fourth quarter. Chapel Hill 49-7 over Jasper, and the extra point for Gilmer is up, and that one is good. So 41-25 here in Longview. So, Coach, tough fourth quarter for the Pirates, but we got to see the wheels of Attaway. You can tell he's going to be an exciting player for the Pirates. Croft's arm has looked good tonight. Well, he's young. He's making only his second start of his career against probably one of the tougher defenses that he will play this season. But able to hold strong and played well tonight with some trouble at times. But really the story of the game for the Pirates was when it was close, they went for the field goal, and the blocked field goal that everybody thought the play was dead, that Gilmer returned 82 yards, Trey Lee, for a touchdown. And then on the ensuing kickoff, the Buckeyes were able to get it back again and then go score. So those two special teams plays in a row really cost this Pirate team 2 scores. And right now, that's the difference in the game is 16 points with 1:55 to go. Longview up 41-16 on Lufkin this evening. So that was a big game, that one, at Lobo Stadium here in Longview.
A lot of big games. It's a great weekend for football in its entirety. I mean, you talk about, there's really not that, kind of easy week kind of get into your season. I mean, a lot of these teams go ahead and schedule for, that home run in the home opener. Marshall and Tyler, Lufkin, Longview, Pine Tree, Gilmer, Lindo, Hallsville. I mean, you're talking about a lot of games with a lot of playoff teams playing against each other and trying to find out who is the best in East Texas.
Attaway got to run it to the right side and pick up even more yards. He had 155 before that carry.
Yeah, and that'll be one of those pros, those pluses that you take from this game. If you're able to have a 200-yard rusher on top of Wofford, I would have to assume that Wofford is close to 100 yards receiving as well. So take those two things away, and you're looking towards the next week.
Croft handoff. I do want to thank all of our sponsors this evening, on the Verabank Pine Tree Live broadcast. Croft Photography was our pregame as well as our postgame sponsor. So stick with us after the game. Thank you to Marketing with April, Longview Chamber of Commerce, East Texas Preferred Properties, Energy Weld Fab, Veteran Pride AC and Heat, Juicy's Taco, United Rental, PDQ America, Texas Semi Trailers, Forrest Williams, Edward Jones, Kilgore College, and M6 Media. Thank you for your support this season. As well as thank you for our longtime engineer, Larry Mahan. He doesn't get on camera. If you stick around for the post-game show, you may see him in the background. But thank you to Larry for making sure that this show happens every season. And thank you, Pirate Nation, for tuning in for another season opener. But unfortunately, Pirate Nation, we're going to have to wait another week to get our first win. The Buckeyes are going to take a W home back to Gilmer. 41-25 is your final score here in Longview, Texas, at Pirate Stadium. So Pirates not able to come away victorious after a win last year in Gilmer. The Buckeyes come in and play spoiler for the home opener of the Pirates. 41-25 is your final score here in Longview. We are now in the Croft Photography post-game show. Coach, what's your initial reaction after this ballgame?
You know, I kind of got on the computer and looked up a couple of years ago who the next guys can be. And so when you look at all that and take all that into account, very young this season, yes, you would have loved to start 1-0, but that's what I'm saying. You know, 2 years ago, you started 0-1 as well, and you had a really good season. You went into the postseason, and it was a good year, and that led you into what was last year, the 10-2 season, and having great success last year. So when I look at this, it's a loss, and nobody wants to lose the season opener and the home opener, to say the least, especially against what has turned out to be a pretty good, I hate to use rivalry because it's such a cliche. You know, I don't want people to think that we think everybody's our rival. I mean, but you know, they're right down the road from us, and it's a very blue-collar, stable team. You think of East Texas football, you don't go very many names without saying Gilmer. And so to try to get a win against them in the first week would have been a huge deal, and a huge deal for this young Pine Tree Pirate team who's still finding its identity. But I really don't think 41-25 really tells you the story of this game. I really don't.
Well, Coach, it's one thing for Gilmer to come in and we've all seen Gilmer push around opponents in East Texas. We've seen them just come in and straight up push people around. And tonight that did not happen. They didn't just come in and push the Pirates around. The Pirates really with two special teams mistakes being the difference in this football game tonight. If I think about the offensive side of the ball for the Pirates, they were able to move the ball consistently throughout the evening. They had a few 3-and-outs that hurt them. A few mistakes here and there on offense. Croft looked good. He does have there's still some development there, but he was under pressure all night long. One of the toughest defensive front fours he's going to face the entire season. So Croft able to do well. Attaway was a bright spot this evening, as well as Montgomery, being able to see some of his speed. And then on the defensive side of the ball, the Pirates really, after that first drive, Coach, I was sitting there thinking, man, this could be, if the Pirates can't answer quickly, this could get ugly. And really they were able to hold in there. I'll be honest, Coach, I was a little nervous after that first offensive possession by Gilmer. I was like, man, they have came out fast, and Pirates are having a little tough time keeping up, but they settled in. And I think that was a testament to the new defensive coordinator, the new defense settling in. We got new faces in key positions. So, I mean, all in all, it's not the W that you want, but it really does. Football doesn't start for really another 3 weeks.
Oh, 100%. And, you know, it doesn't start for another 3 weeks, but for both of these teams, you know, as I was kind of looking down the schedule and down the road for both teams, I mean, it's not easy. I mean, you're talking about for Pine Tree, it's Van, Dallas Carter, Hallsville. For Gilmer, it's Chapel Hill, Kilgore. There's no easy guy. There's no easy teams in this. There's no easy teams in a lot of places of East Texas, especially when you're talking about 3A, 4A, 5A football. There are no easy teams. There's nowhere to hide. You're going to find out really fast who you are and how good you really are against some of the best and some of the elite in East Texas. And, man, I like what you said about really, you know, coming into its own, the defense finding its identity under a new defensive coordinator and with some new defensive leadership out on that field. Because, yeah, you look at everybody that you lost last year, as far as personnel goes, and you think, man, it's not going to be the same. But, up until, 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 19 points to a really good Gilmer Buckeye team who has some very offensive, explosive weapons out over there on that offensive side, and you held them for 19 points. And I would even go as far to say that you held them to 12 points because one of those touchdowns was on a blocked field goal that turned into points. So the defense wasn't even on there to stop that, and then you had the strip fumble that turned into another 6 points. So you're talking about 12 points. A 12-point swing right there where the defense wasn't even on the field. So to say that this defense isn't the same defense, I think that's a little harsh and a little too much to say, considering the fact of the matter that 12 of those points happened when the defense wasn't even on the field. So looking forward to seeing how the defense grows, how the offense grows under Croft and Attaway. They're going to be some really good. Explosive guys to keep an eye on this season. And then even the special teams, you're talking about a blocked field goal. You're talking about a punt that, didn't net, that netted, 5 yards on one deal from Martin Madrono. So there's a lot of improvement, and there's a lot of season to see that improvement.
Well, Coach, you're exactly right. Actually, you had 2 punts, one that netted you 1 yard and another one that netted you 10 because you had the snap that went over his head. Yep. That he had to try to get a kick. So actually 2 punts. There's really 4 special teams plays tonight, critical for the Pirates. But thank you for joining us here on the Crofts Photography post-game show. This is Michael Clemens Jr. and Coach Angel Rocha. As we get ready to wrap this thing up, Coach, Gilmer now is in the rearview mirror. It seems it's crazy. We woke up this morning, and it was the first day of football. It felt like Christmas morning, and here we are. This game's over, and now we're already on to week 2. We're off and running. So, Coach, as you look forward to going to Van next week, what are some of the focuses for this team?
Oh, just like I said, and I think I said this in the media day interviews. If you look at this and you're like, wow, what a big loss against Gilmer. Yeah, then you really did lose and you didn't gain anything from it. The only time when you truly lose is when you don't take anything from it and learn from it. And I think this is going to be a great opportunity. And so next week against Van, I want to see the punt team do a whole lot better. I don't want to see any blocked field goals. I don't want to see any fumbles. I don't want to see any, moments where you're not paying attention on a blocked field goal or on a kickoff where you think the ball's going to go out of bounds. I don't want to see those moments. Learn from that, and if that doesn't happen next week, then this is not a bad loss. You learn from it and you gain from it, and you make sure it doesn't happen again. And then all you do is get ready for district, and then you get ready for postseason. So looking forward to seeing them correct those mistakes. It's going to be an interesting day of film for the coaches tomorrow or tonight. Probably they're probably going to go straight into the field house and kind of see where they can initially start to get better, and then Monday comes in, they're going to watch the film, and then they're going to get ready for Van.
Coach, I guess before we wrap it up, any final words?
Man, I'm just glad football's back. Talking about all these games that are happening around East Texas, you can't throw a rock and not hit a good game. I call them the lighthouses of Texas. Everywhere you drive, you're going to see football stadium lights on in East Texas, and man, it's an awesome time. And you're talking about from here all the way up until Christmas, with great high school football, and you can't think of a better time right now.
Coach, I'm so happy to be back in the booth with you, brother. But thank you, Pirate Nation, for your support of Pine Tree Athletics, and thank you to the faculty and staff, including Superintendent Steve Cluxton, High School Principal Beeper Krause, Head Football Coach Jason Bachman, and Athletic Director Jacob Holder. Also, thank you to our 2025 sponsors, including our post-game sponsor, Croft Photography, as well as our broadcast sponsor this season, Vera Bank. And thank you to the Pine Tree Live broadcast team of color commentator Coach Angel Rocha, and our cinematographer tonight, statistician Mitch Eggerman, and our engineer Larry Mahan with M6 Media. We look forward to seeing you again next Friday when the Pirates are going to head west to face the Van Vandals. This is Michael Clemens Jr. signing off from Pirate Stadium in Longview, Texas. Ahoy, good night, and go Pirates.
Juicy's Taco. Fresh food fast. It all starts somewhere. For us, that's fresh produce, sourced locally, unlike those other guys. Our tortillas are made daily, right down the road, right before we stuff them full of just cooked ground beef, beans, and chicken. And unlike those other guys, we fry our own taco shells. To help you top it off, our salsa and guacamole are made in-house, fresh, just for you. Not something you've come to expect from those other guys. So take it from a family that knows quality. Let us do the cooking, so you can spend your time with these other guys. Juicy's Taco. Fresh food fast.